time, but you noticed that middle peak that was between the time of maximum
I don't
stress.
know.
Do you have any explanation
No.
for that at all? Does anybody have any explanation?
Not that I know.
It just happens, but who knows?
No, like I said, this is one of those things where this could be entirely coincidence, I mean, if it keeps happening, I don't know, but I'm just saying for the instances that I happen to be there, and also in other instances, like, the Tungurawa, that wasn't my data. That was the data from the volcanologists. I didn't collect that data. That was all seismological data, and the eruption data was all from them. All I did was put it in the pretty red boxes. And, based on mystery peaks and other things. So what causes that? I think all I can think of is that there is an equilibrium level. I do have a thought, whether it's true or not, and Bob probably has a better thought. But there's a equilibrium, all right, and which probably occurs around the time of, right around the time of the mystery peak. Suddenly there's a shift. It's either going down or up. And that changes the pressure, that somehow affects the gas pressure in the volcano. I think it's all gas driven. I mean, personally, I just think it's the gas in the chamber, the amount of gas, because the explosive eruptions are gas-driven eruptions. Fire fountains are gas-driven eruptions. Yeah.
To his question.
Oh, with the chaos?
No, not about the chaos, about his question that in between, depending on between full moon and new moon, halfway in between, in the orbit of the moon, the way it goes around, the center of gravity of the Earth-Moon system is somewhere a little bit out.
Well, that's right.
Orbit.
It's not. It's in the
And
middle.
so it may be stretching at that point instead of building up pressure underneath.
Torsion.
Not quite.
Use the
torsion.
mathematics of acoustics. You're looking at basically waves distributed like over a drum head.
Okay.
So that, again, like I say, you don't need to know all the complex variables because you can't.
Yeah.
So that's the way chaos theory works.
Right.
It's like predicting the weather.
Yes.
You're only good to 5 days, and even if you're God Almighty, you can't after 5 days.
Okay.
Because that's how chaos theory works.
Yeah.
And so you can model this acoustically, and it'll be very simple mathematics. But again, once you find the strange attractor, it's applicable across the spectrum of what you're doing. It's like mountain ranges form. It's like things grow from a seed. All pine trees are identifiable as pine trees, yet no two of them are alike. They have the strange attractors built into the seed.
Okay.
So
Very
that's
true. No, I definitely.
crystal growth is that way. And of course, when you're working in geophysics, it's basically chemistry writ large. What I used to do in the test tube growing crystals and things,
Okay.
that's going on. If you go to a place in Mexico, they have the giant
Giant
crystals. Yeah, well, you do that in a microcosm when you work in the laboratory like I do.
Well, you just say it's the
But
small
it's the same,
replicates the large. Yeah.
and all you're changing is the scale.
Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Bob?
It could also be hysteretic activity, just because you get a peak with maximum stress, you could also get eruptions, not only going up in stress, but also down in stress. And, in most mechanical systems, you won't get that same point going up as you will going down. So there will be some hysteretic activity there.
Okay.
And that can explain these eruptions when you're releasing pressure
Yeah.
on the mountain, you can be getting eruptions and causing that peak in the middle between two maximum stress points.
Interesting. And Bob, yeah.
Is there any way to correlate earlier eruptions earlier in the 20th century with the lunar cycle and that kind of thing?
Yes. Yes, there is. I mean, because all you need to know is the lunar data, and then to look at the eruptive history. Earlier eruptions meaning, that even if you took a Vesuvius or Mount Pelée. Yeah. Yeah, you can as long as there's more or less even a general pattern, saying, oh, the volcano is becoming more active. Oh, it really had the big eruption. You can take something as vague as that and to try to see if it somehow works.
Is anybody working on that at all?
I don't know. I've done a lot of work when in the very beginning, and I was looking at daily kind of phenomena, but I haven't, and I spent a lot of time doing that, but I think this longer kind of term thing is the way to go, but I am interested in returning back to that. But there have been other volcanologists, like in the 50s, and especially at Mount Pelée, and also at Stromboli in the 1800s and early 1900s. They did research into that and found lunar correlations as well. Yeah, so there's a lot of documented history about past eruptions tied into lunar correlations. So, all right, well, thank you very much.